Hello friends, in last lecture we started questions related to the nature of roots. Now in this lecture we'll continue with the same. So here is the very first question. If the roots of the equation, if the roots of the equation, if the roots of the equation a square plus b square x square minus 2ac plus pdx minus 2ac plus bd minus 2ac plus bdx plus c square plus d square plus c square plus d square is equal to 0 are are equal are equal, then prove that a upon b, then prove that a upon b is equal to c upon d. Okay, so roots are equals and condition for roots to be equal is d equal to 0. So we'll start with that only. So here we have a is equal to a square plus b square, b is equal to minus 2 ac plus bd, and c is equal to c square plus d square. Okay, so and now d is equal to 0. Okay, for the, or do write in this now, for the roots to be equal to be equal, d is equal to 0, that is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Okay, so now try to solve it further, then I will give you the remaining solution. Now just we'll put the values of ABC. So here minus 2 AC plus uh, BD whole square, that is B square, minus 4 multiplied by A, that is A square plus B square, then C, that is C square plus D square, is equal to 0. So here we have to expand it by applying the identity of a plus b whole square. So this will become 4 ac plus bd whole square, or I can write directly 4 a square c square plus b square d square plus 2 into ac into bd minus 4, over here it is a square c square, then a square d square, then b square c square, then b square d square is equal to, now if one, I can do one thing, that I can multiply it by 4, or simply I can take 4 common. So if I take 4 common, that will save my time. So I take 4 common, here a square c square plus b square d square plus 2 a b c d. Okay, over here minus of all these terms. So minus a square c square, a square d square, b square c square, b square d square is equal to 0. Okay, so a square plus c square will cancel out with this. Similarly, b square d square will cancel out with this. Also this 4 I can take on that side, so this become 0. So I will left with 4 terms. Okay, only 4 terms will be there. That is 2abcd. Okay, but better to note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, 2abcd minus a square d square minus b square c square. These 4 left over here, remaining everything will cancel out each other, and this 4 will cancel out because this on the side 0 upon 4, so this will become 0. Okay, so note it down up to this point. Okay, so therefore here I will write 2abcd minus a square d square minus b square c square is equal to 0. Now here we can apply the identity of a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square, but for that this a square and b square must be positive. Here they are negative, so positive by multiplying with minus sign. So minus 2abcd plus a square d square plus b square c square is equal to 0. So here finally I rearrange them. A square d square plus b square c square minus 2abcd is equal to 0. Okay, so here now definitely it is possible to create an identity of a minus b whole square, but for that let me write the terms in this way. So I am considering AD as a, so a square, BC as b, so b square minus 2 into AD into BC, so a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this gives you AD minus BC whole square is equal to 0. Okay, AC minus BD whole square is equal to 0. So I can say therefore AD minus BC is equal to 0, or ultimately I can say AD is equal to BC. Now what I need to prove, A upon B is equal to C upon D. So for that what I will do, A I do right over here, B I will bring down, C I keep it as it is, D I will bring downward. So here A upon B is equal to C upon D, hence proved. Okay, so please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Now let us see the next question. Okay, next question is, if the roots of the equation, if the roots of the equation, if the roots of the equation c square minus ab c square minus ab x square minus 2a square minus bc minus 2a square minus bcx, okay, minus 2a square minus bcx plus b square are are equal, then prove that are equal, then prove that are equal, then, okay, I'm changing this question. I'm not saying that prove that, then find the value of a, then find the value of a, also find also find a cube plus b cube plus c cube. Okay, also find the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube. If the roots of equation c square minus ab x square minus 2a square minus bcx plus b square minus ac equal to 0, then you have to find the value of a. Also you have to find the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube. It might be numerical value, it might be in terms of abc. So again the condition is that roots are roots are equal. As the roots are equal, it means d must be 0. So here a is equal to c square minus ab, b is equal to minus of 2 a square minus bc, and c is equal to b square minus ac. Okay, now for roots to be equal, for roots to be equal, what is the necessary condition? D is equal to 0. Therefore what I can say, b square minus 4ac equal to 0. Now you have to put the values of abc. So therefore b square, that is minus of 2 a square minus bc whole square, b square minus 4 into a is c square minus ab, and c is b square minus ac. Okay, c square minus ab, b square minus ac is equal to 0. Okay, so over here if I apply the identity of a minus b whole square, I will get 4 a square minus bc whole square, okay, minus 4 c square minus ab b square minus ac is equal to 0. Okay, so here I am taking 4 common, so here a square minus bc whole square minus c square minus ab into b square minus ac is equal to 0. Okay, now just I have to expand this, and over here I have to multiply. So note it down up to this point, then we'll see its remaining solution. Okay, now let us see how to solve it further. Okay, 4 will come on that side, So here I will apply the identity of a minus b whole square, that is a raised to 4 plus b square c square minus 2a square bc minus over here c square b square, c square b square, c square minus ac, that is minus ac cube, minus ac cube, then minus ab cube, minus ab cube, then plus a square bc plus a square bc is equal to 0. Okay, now I will open the bracket over here. So a raised to 4 plus b square c square minus 2a square bc minus b square c square plus ac cube plus ab cube plus, not plus, it will be minus a square bc is equal to 0. Okay, now we'll find, is it possible to cancel some terms? So one term that I'll find, b square minus c square. Now like terms, a square bc, a square bc. So here I can write a raised to 4 then minus 2a square bc minus a square bc, then ac cube plus ab cube. Okay, so a raised to 4 minus 3a square bc plus ac cube plus ab cube is equal to 0. Now a raised to 4 plus ac cube plus ab cube minus 3a square bc is equal to 0. Now what next? See, if you observe, you can find a is in every term, so I can take a common. So if I take a common, what I will get, a cube plus c cube plus b cube minus 3abc is equal to 0. Or if I write in a order, so a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc is equal to 0. Now here the product of two quantities is 0, therefore a equal to 0 or a cube. Okay, either you will get a equal to 0. Okay, either a will be 0 or, okay, so therefore a equal to 0 or a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc is equal to 0. Therefore a equal to 0 or a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc. That was the question. We have to find the value of a, so it might be 0 and the value of a cube plus b cube plus c cube is equal to 3abc. So it is my final answer. Please note it down, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, next question is, find the condition so that find the condition so that roots of the equation find the condition so that the equation x minus a x minus b plus x minus b x minus c plus x minus c x minus a is equal to 0 are real and equal. Find the condition so that roots of the equation x minus a x minus b x minus b x minus c x minus c x minus a equal to 0 are real and equal. So first of all, here equation is not in the form. Okay, so the very first thing we have to write the equation, we have to rewrite the equation in its standard form, and then for real roots we have to make d equal to 0, and then we'll be able to get the condition, required condition. So here we have x minus a x minus b plus x minus b x minus c plus x minus c x minus a is equal to 0. So here I will get x square minus ax minus bx plus ab. Over here x square minus bx minus cx plus bc plus x square minus cx minus ax plus ac is equal to 0. Okay, so I have x square once, twice and thrice. So I do write the terms containing x square, then terms containing x, and finally the constant term. So x square plus x square plus x square minus ax. Okay, again I have minus ax, then minus bx, similarly again I have minus bx. Okay, 2 times bx, 2 times minus ax, and 2 times minus cx. So minus cx minus cx. Then finally I have ab plus bc ac. ab plus bc plus ac is equal to 0. So over here I will get 3x square minus 2ax minus 2bx minus 2cx plus ab plus bc plus ca is equal to 0. So 3x square, finally I am going to write the term in the standard form. So for that I will take minus 2 common. Here a plus b plus c x plus ab plus bc plus ca is equal to 0. So this is the standard form of the given equation. Now we have to find the condition for this equation so that its roots will be real and equal. So note it down up to this point and come to the discriminant of this. Then we'll find the discriminant of this equation. Okay, now here I can write here a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 2a plus b plus c, and c is equal to ab plus bc plus ca. Okay, so now we'll find its discriminant. Okay, and that must be greater than equal to 0 because roots of the given equation are real and equal. So let us see now, for the roots to be equal, for the roots to be real and equal, to be real and equal, for the roots to be real and equal, a is equal to 3, sorry, d is greater than equal to 0, d greater than equal to 0, that is b square minus 4ac greater than equal to 0. Now b square, that is minus of 2 a plus b plus c whole square minus 4 into a, that is 3 into c, that is ab plus bc plus ca greater than equal to 0. Okay, therefore 4 a plus b plus c square minus 12 ab plus bc plus ca greater than equal to 0. So over here I have to apply the identity of a plus b plus c whole square, or before that I can do one more thing. I can take this 4 common, so that will save some time as well as it will make the calculation part little bit easier. So a plus b plus c whole square minus 3 ab plus bc plus ca greater than equal to 0. Okay, if I take 4 common, here I will get 3. So ultimately now 4 will go on that side, so it will become 0. Now here I will apply the identity of a plus b plus c whole square, that is a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca minus 3ab minus 3bc minus 3ca. Okay, here I expanded this a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ca, then I multiplied with minus 3, minus 3ab minus 3bc minus 3ca, that is greater than equal to 0. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then we'll see how to solve it further. Okay, now let us see how to solve it further. See, if I simplify this, so here I can write, therefore a square plus b square plus c square plus 2ab minus 3ab plus 2bc minus 3bc plus 2ca minus 3ca greater than equal to 0. That is a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca greater than equal to 0. Okay, simply what I did, I wrote the like terms together, 2ab minus 3ab, then 2bc minus 3bc, 2ca minus 3ca, and after subtraction I got this. How to solve it further? See, anyhow I have to make the complete square out of this. So for that what I will do, see, if I multiply a whole equation by 2 as well as I divide it by 2, so the equation remains same. So here I multiplied as well as divided this left hand side by the same quantity, that is 2. Okay, so this gives me 1 upon 2, 2a square plus 2b square plus 2c square minus 2ab minus 2bc minus 2ca. Okay, now again this 2 will come on that side. Okay, so this will become 2a square plus 2b square plus 2c square minus 2ab minus 2bc minus 2ca is greater than equal to 0. Okay, now in next step, see this 2a square, I can write this a square plus a square. This 2b square can be written as b square plus b square. Then 2c square can be written as c square plus c square. Similarly, then here minus 2ab minus 2bc minus 2ca greater than equal to 0. Okay, so note it down up to this point. It is almost done. If you are able to see here actually what I did, I'm trying to make the complete square. So here if I take this a square, then this b square, then minus 2b, these three terms gives me a minus b whole square. Similarly, this a square, then this c square, and this minus 2ac gives me a minus c whole square. Similarly, this b square plus c square minus 2bc gives me b minus c whole square. Okay, so note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, so let us see how to solve it further. Okay, now further I write a square plus b square minus 2ab plus b square plus c square minus 2bc plus c square plus a square minus 2 and 2 0. Just I wrote the terms as per my requirement, as I need to get the identity of a minus b whole square. So I took a square, then b square, then minus 2ab. Then I took b square, c square minus 2bc and the remaining three terms. So this gives me a minus b whole square plus b minus c whole square plus c minus a whole square greater than equal to 0. Okay, now sum of positive quantities, or I should say sum of three non-negative quantities. See, a minus b whole square might be 0 or might be positive. It cannot be negative. Similarly, it cannot be negative. Similarly, this cannot be negative. Now, sum of three quantities, three positive quantities, definitely either greater than equal to 0 or equal to 0. So in what condition sum of three positive quantities is equal to 0? Can you give me three positive quantities whose sum is 0? Greater than 0, definitely it is possible. Then in what condition sum of three non-negative quantities will be 0? Only if those three quantities are equal to 0. So here I will write, now here a minus b whole square, b minus c whole square and c minus a whole square are complete squares, so they cannot be negative. They cannot be negative. Okay, Now sum of three non-negative quantities is equal to 0. Thus sum of three non-negative numbers is 0 only if all three numbers are equal to 0, isn't it? Non-negative quantity is sum, 0 only if the numbers are 0 itself, if all three numbers are equal to 0. Therefore I can say a minus b whole square is equal to 0, b minus c whole square is equal to 0, and c minus a whole square is equal to 0. So that is almost our answer. Just note it down. Two more steps are left. So note it down up to this point. Okay, so let us see finally. Okay, when I say a minus b whole square is equal to 0, therefore I can say a minus b equal to 0, b minus c equal to 0, and c minus a equal to 0. Therefore a equal to b, b equal to c, and c equal to a. Okay, when a is equal to b, b is equal to c, and c is equal to a, therefore I can say a equal to b equal to c. So that is the required condition for the roots to be real and equal. So this required condition is a equal to b equal to c. So that is final solution. So note it down these three terms, then we'll see the next question. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, next is if p, q, r and s. Next question is if p, q, r and s are real numbers such that are real numbers such that pq is equal to twice of such that pq not such that pr is equal to twice of q plus s, twice of q, then show that at least then show that at least one of the equation of the equation, x square plus px plus q, x square plus px plus q equal to 0, and x square plus rx plus s equal to 0 has real roots, has real roots. Okay, so PQRS are real numbers, that is given, and the condition is given PR equal to twice of Q plus S. Then what you have to show, among these two equations, definitely one equation has real roots, might be this or might be this. So try for a while, then I will give you its solution. See, the hint that I can give you, definitely we are talking about the roots of the nature of the roots of the given equation. That means first of all find the discriminant of these two, then we'll see what we can do. Okay, first of all definitely we have to find the discriminant of the given equations. Okay, so let us see how to solve this. uh, Suppose discriminant of x square plus px plus q equal to 0 and x square plus rx plus s equal to 0 are d1 and d2. Therefore d1 is equal to minus of p plus, sorry, d1 is equal to p square minus 4 into a into c, and d2 is equal to r square minus 4 into 1 into s. Therefore d1 is equal to p square minus 4q, and d2 is equal to r square minus 4s. Okay, we have to prove that at least one equation has real roots. So now see, whenever we have to prove that equation has real roots, we have to ultimately prove the uh, some quantity which is greater than equal to 0, or either d1 is greater than 0 or 2 is greater than 0. So here let me find d1 plus d2. Now d1 plus d2 is equal to what? P square minus 4q plus r square minus 4s. Okay, we have to prove one among these to have, at least one among these to have real roots. So ultimately we have to find a relation between their uh, so here I got the value of d1 plus d2. So therefore d1 plus d2 is equal to, I can write p square plus r square minus 4q minus 4s. So therefore I can write d1 plus d2 is equal to p square plus r square. Now if I take minus 2 common, why I am taking minus 2 common? See, this is the condition q plus s, so definitely it is possible to take 4 common directly. Okay, let me take the 4 common, so I will get here q plus s. Okay, now at the place of q plus x I can write pr by 2. Therefore d1 plus d2 is equal to p square plus r square minus 4 multiplied by pr upon 2. Okay, therefore d1 plus d2 is equal to p square plus r square minus 2pr. Okay, so now I hope you got the concept that this becomes a complete square. So note it down up to this point, then I will give you the remaining solution. Okay, so now let me solve the remaining portion over here. Okay, so here I can write, therefore d1 plus d2 is equal to p minus r whole square, isn't it? P square plus r square minus 2pr, that is p minus r whole square. Now see, p minus r whole square is a definitely non-negative quantity. Now p minus r whole square is a non-negative number, whatever is the value of p and r. If p and r are equal, then only I can say it is 0. Okay, otherwise definitely it's a non-negative quantity. So therefore I can say p minus r whole square is greater than equal to 0. Now what is p minus r whole square? It is actually d1 plus d2. So d1 plus d2 is greater than equal to 0. Now see, sum of two quantities is greater than 0. If I say only greater than 0, but obvious, definitely one must be positive. It is quite possible that d1 is equal to 9 for a while and d2 is equal to 4. It is one of the possibility. Quite possible that is equal to minus 4. But their sum is greater than 0, at least one must be positive. Okay, what we have to prove, that at least one of the equation has real roots. Now if I am considering for a while d1 is positive, it means it has real roots. Okay, they are not talking about the equal roots, real roots. Might be it is possible that d2 is 0. That means sum of two quantity is greater than equal to 0. It is only possible that one number must be positive. Both won't be negative. If both will be negative, it won't be greater than equal to 0. One might be negative. Okay, one might be negative. Both might be positive. It is a possibility. One might be positive, one might be negative. It is also a possibility. Okay, this is also possible that d1 is 4 and d2 is minus 4, then only it will be 0, but still one is positive. Okay, so here d1 plus d2 is greater than equal to 0, therefore I can say at least at least one among d1 or d2 is positive or greater than 0. Okay, is greater than 0, is greater than 0. Therefore I can say, if one among the d1 and d2 is greater than 0, it means one among d1 and d2 has real roots. Therefore at least one of okay at least one of the equation at least one of the equation has real roots, hence proof. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Let me explain you once again. Okay, a little bit different condition was given in the question, that we have to show at least one of the equation is 0. Now you might have the question that why found the d1 plus d2. See, d1 plus d2 gives you a result, whether it is 0, negative and positive. So from there it is easy to conclude that definitely one will be positive. If I say difference is equal to 0 or 0, then it is little bit complicated to get the conclusion that one definitely will be positive. So first of all, what I did, I obtained the discriminant of the given equations. Okay, x square plus px plus q equal to 0 and x square plus rx plus s equal to 0. From these two I got values of d1 and d2. Simply b square minus 4ac. So here I got p square minus 4q, and here I got r square minus 4x. Then I added these two, d1 plus d2. One thing more, if you find the difference, you won't get q plus s, isn't it? If I suppose I'm trying to find the value of d1 minus d2 for a while, suppose if I find d1 minus d2, so d1 is p square minus 4q and d2 is r square minus 4s. So when I open the bracket, p square minus 4q minus r square plus 4s. So even though I take 4 common, I won't get value of q plus s, isn't it? Here, and the relation between p, q and r is in this. So ultimately I need the something like p plus s or p into r, so that I can place that relation over here. I got the value of d1 plus d2. So by doing so, I got here q plus s, and then I get the value of qs q plus pr by 2. And I replace that value, I got a complete square. I got p square plus q square minus 2pr. Now this p minus r whole square, in the previous sum again, we also saw that square of any quantity cannot be negative. Definitely it might be 0 if the quantities are equal, but in any case it cannot be negative. So here I can say p minus r whole square is a non-negative number. As it's a non-negative number, definitely it will be either greater than 0 or equal to 0. Okay, now p minus r whole square is actually d1 plus d2, so I replace this quantity by d1 plus d2. Now here sum of two quantities might be greater than 0 or equal to 0. Okay, sum of two quantities, I am not saying positive quantities. d1 plus d2 may be greater than 0, and if it is greater than 0, definitely one will be positive. It's very simple. If I tell you that find the sum of two quantities which is greater than 0, so one quantity you have to take positive minimum. You can take both the quantities positive, but definitely one you have to take positive. So here I can say one definitely is positive. Similarly, if I talk about the sum is 0, for that again one must be positive. In that case, second might be equal to the first one, but in different in sign. As I gave you the example, let it be plus 4, let it be minus 4. Okay, so here definitely one is positive. So I can say at least one among d1 or d2 is positive. That is, at least one among d1 or d2 is greater than 0. And whenever we have this information that discriminant is greater than 0, I can definitely say that the particular equation has real roots. Okay, might be equal or may not be equal, but definitely real roots. So I hope this concept is clear to you. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now in next lecture we'll see some more questions. Till then, bye, thank you, take care, stay at